What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we are jumping back into Destiny 2 with the weekly reset for the 7th of April. So we do have some new content this week. We've got the launch of the final Seraph Bunker, this time on Io, so there are a couple of new rewards to unlock, including mods, weapons, and more, and we'll touch on what to expect there. And then also, we've got the rest of the weekly content cycle, so all the vendor refreshes, new loot, and activities. But then of course, outside of today, in 2 weeks' time, the next kind of major beat of the roadmap arrives with Guardian Games and the updated Grandmaster Ordeals, so be sure to count April 21st as the next major date. But otherwise for this week, we'll round everything you need to know up inside of this video. So, as always guys, I hope you do enjoy this one, but without further delay, let's get into it. So first up today, of course the Io Bunker is now available in the game, and it actually kicks off with an audience with Zavala and Rasputin on Io. So we need to head into the bunker initially, and there is some pretty cool dialogue right here between Rasputin, Commander Zavala, and Zavala's ghost. And we do see a familiar enemy in there as well, so if you want to check that out in full, here it is.
Anna insists you understand the stakes. Convince me. Our enemy reveals itself. The shadow is long and close. Is this what's had your attention? Preparations to fight? To rebuild? To run?
Mayday, 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 this is NFB Meritursa 16. 11,000 souls in cryosleep aboard. We're a few minutes out of New Pacific Arcology. We were struck by debris in a large wave. Fusion plant offline. We can see extensive, catastrophic damage to one of the Arcology domes. Oh, it's gone over. Respond if able.
Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is New Pacific Arcology on guard, declaring a sundown loss of habitability event. We have 2.9 million souls aboard. We repeat, Titan is no longer safe for human life.
The collapse. You were there. You gave everything to a cause and saw it all swept away. You're afraid to fail. Again. So am I. I've never considered how it must have felt to live through the collapse. From this day, we speak as allies, not warriors who seek to wield each other as weapons. After we break the Almighty, the city will devote whatever resources you need towards banishing these dark omens. When they come, we will stand together, as equals, as guardians.
Now that this is unlocked though, we can finally get access to the new bunker. So once you've done the opening mission right here, you can head in and view the inventory, make donations and all that good stuff. I'm sure a bunch of you guys have been hoarding Warmind bits in preparation, and it does mean we can finally finish the Rasputin seasonal quest, which rewards the ship and a couple of shaders there. Otherwise, we do get the weekly challenge on Io this week. And for rewards, the 7th Seraph hand cannon is the featured inventory weapon, which you can pick up via the bounty once you hit rank 3 on Io. And also by unlocking all 4 of the bunkers to rank 3. The machine gun will also be available to farm via a bounty as well, so that's going to be pretty cool because you can get some godly rolls of that thing. But for the hand cannon, just to point out, it is a precision frame 180 RPM hand cannon, and we can get accurized rounds importantly, but it can also roll Ambitious Assassin, 4th times the charm, Firmly Planted, Pulse Monitor, and Underdog in slot 1. And then slot 2 can get traits like Feeding Frenzy, High Impact Reserves, Multi-Kill Clip, Vorpal Weapon, Timed Payload, and Osmosis. So it doesn't look like it will be the typical kind of known meta precision hand cannon, but playing around with Timed Payload and Osmosis could be pretty fun, and we'll have to see how some of these rolls perform once it's a little more farmable. Also worth mentioning would be the new mods available on Io, so if you've been playing around with Warmind cells, we can now get Grasp of the Warmind, where you can pick up, carry, and throw Warmind cells, and once thrown, a Warmind cell cannot be picked up again. That could be pretty interesting, especially with the mods to allow Warmind cells to increase damage to enemies nearby. And then there is Light from Darkness as well, where you can become charged with light by rapidly defeating multiple enemies near a Warmind cell using weapons or abilities. Definitely worth playing around with those. And if you want a bit more of an introduction to Warmind cells, I'll link my recent build video down below. But yeah, for now, enjoy unlocking the IO bunker and some of the rewards. And I will be sure to keep you posted on anything new throughout the course of the week. Moving on though to other activities, of course we have Pinnacle stuff for the week. So we've got Nightmare Hunts including Fear, Despair, and Insanity right there that can drop powerful and Pinnacle gear. But in addition to this, we do have the Pit of Heresy dungeon with a Pinnacle drop, as well as the Garden of Salvation. The challenge mode for the raid this week will be the To the Top challenge, and that can land you some additional Pinnacle gear. And then looking to Eververse right here, of course we got silver stuff on the front page. They got the ornament for the Point of the Stag right there. But also we've got the Motive Force, as well as the Big Red Button emote right there, which is a new one for this season. Pretty interesting stuff. Of course, this is all bright dust drops. We do have a new ornament right there for, which weapon is this? What is it? Last Perdition, of course, almost forgot right there. But then we've got the Circadian Chill shader on the front page. And for the main bright dust section, we've got the Tip of the Spear Sparrow, as well as the Solar Sail ship, the Husk Crushers, which is a Doom Marchers ornament right there. And look, we got a lovely, juicy error code. But we do have the Don Shades emote, if you want to check that out, pretty funky stuff. As well as the Patty Cake multiplayer emote and the Timeline Zero for the World Line Zero, as well as the Gauntlets for the Titan set right there. And then we've got the Shattered Shrieker transmat effect, as well as the Bruised Blush shader, and then all of our consumables and things like that in the Bright Dust section. But of course there are other kind of tabs with things for silver and stuff like that that you can check out in game as well. Featured Crucible playlists this week include Momentum Control and Showdown, so have fun with those if you want to jump in. And then of course Trials will return at the daily reset, on Friday. But if it's Ordeal Nightfalls that you want to jump in and check out this week, we've got the Tangled Shore Broodhold for the Nightfall Ordeal. But then for the traditional Nightfalls we have a Garden World. And from here you can get the Universal Wave Function ship, but then also we have Strange Terrain. From here you can get the Braytech Osprey randomly dropped, and finally the Corrupted, where you can get the Horror's Least Pulse Rifle. However, now to some of our legacy content right here, we have the Menagerie, the normal mode coming with Solar Singe, Grounded, and Brawler, and then for Heroic we have modifiers of Extinguish, Match Game, Attrition, and Arc Singe. If you plan to jump into Year 1 Leviathan Prestige raids, we do have Prestige Arsenal on, and then we've got Arms Master with anything in the Kinetic slot, Fusion Rifle in the Energy slot, and a Fusion Rifle in the Power slot. But for Reckoning today we have modifiers of Void Singe and Heavyweight, and I believe the boss will be the Likeness of Oryx, so you can get the Outlast, Spare Rations, Bug Out Bag, Gnawing Hunger, or Doomsday. That's the kind of weapon rotation for this week as random drops. When it comes to the Escalation Protocol, Nora Bath is going to be the boss, and so the shotgun is a random drop when you take the boss down if you want to try and pick it up. But in the Dreaming City cycle of content, the Ascendant challenge this week is the Samira Garrison, which you can access via the Chamber of Starlight in Rhea Sylvia. So if you're still completing that content, you want the location and the guide for corrupted eggs and collectibles, then that gameplay will run at the end of the video. But for today guys, that is the weekly reset inside of Destiny 2. And if you want me to keep you posted with all the content and that good stuff, then be sure to get subscribed and turn on notifications so I can keep you updated. But if you've enjoyed this video, a rating below really helps me out guys, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to get subscribed so I can keep you up to date with everything related to the game. But otherwise, thanks as always for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.